Alright, so I'm doing this video today because JohnTron is one of my all-time favorite streamers. He was one of my all-time favorite streamers because the guy is, I don't know, apparently a neo-Nazi racist, I guess. I don't know. But, yeah, I love JohnTron. I used to love JohnTron. Huge fan, but I don't know. Apparently, a lot of people haven't seen this video. I have, like, my friends haven't seen it. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I don't know how this hasn't gotten like more public, but yeah. I was just gonna show these three clips and let you guys decide for yourself. Well, here we go. Oh,
Half the people that were tweeting at me in response to what you were saying to me were literal and white supremacists, like linking
Look,
me.
man, it's this guilt by association. Why don't you denounce all the communists in your movement? They
What's
killed
wrong with
100 million people.
Wait,
what's
what is
wrong with communists?
communism?
Is that what you just said?
Wait, what does
Well,
communism have to do with any of this?
Well, what does have to do with this?
It's a political and race ideology. Communism is just an economic thing.
Oh, it's an economic thing. Okay, Nazis were a movement in 1930s Germany. They have absolutely nothing to do with any of this. Americans are the ones who beat them. So I don't know why we're bringing into anything.
Because the people that were supporting you identify as neo.
I don't care. Does someone replying to me mean that I endorse them? Have I ever tweeted anything of neo ideology?
No, but I guess like the thing that bothers me is that at some point, if you find that you are in company with a ton of white supremacist, racist people, like at some point you gotta wonder, like, what the f am I talking about? Like,
No, these are just slurs, white supremacist, racist. And by the way, this thing that I think I'm white, so fine, go ahead and take the whiteness away from me. Say I'm just an Uncle Middle Eastern.
No,
whatever.
no. Hold on. No, I'm not trying to take the whiteness thing away from you. I think it's a beautiful thing. This is where we are
JohnTron.
at 2007.
Yeah, if you didn't know, JohnTron is not like completely fully white either. He's, well, I think he's white with like Middle Eastern like descent.
A half Iranian is talking to me
Iranian.
and feels like they belong to America. That's a good thing, dude.
Yeah, that's
a
a good thing.
positive thing.
Great thing.
Because like I said, 150 years
He's
ago,
so happy.
people identified as their European counterparts. Like,
In terms of a demographic maturity, I don't know that a nation can exist without one. This truly multicultural, every single person is a different like thing or race or religion. I don't really know if that's sustainable long term in a
why
society.
not? What's so wrong about people being
Well,
around
have you
that look
seen the
different than
last
you?
4 years, my friend? I feel like people like you, when they're talking about this, they just pretend they get you gaslight.
I'm not gaslighting. Your side
sure
is the
gaslighting.
definition of gaslighting. Dude, you're telling me that there are riots all over Europe and riots all over Sweden. No, they're not. They're not.
You ever heard of boiling the frog slowly? Doesn't notice.
I mean, people say
I mean,
the
it's
same
a-
about
it's a
Trump's move
process.
towards an authoritarian fascist government. I mean, you can make the same argument about anything. I mean, the facts back me up that we are in an unprecedented era of world peace right now, but for some reason people
That's
think
about
that...
to change.
Why?
Because it's falling apart.
But it's not. You're the one gaslighting now. Do you see?
I'm the
Trump
one
is the one gaslighting. This idea that crime is at a 45-year high, that ISIS represents a threat somehow to the Western world, these are gaslightings by Trump. These things aren't true.
I will give you that. Perhaps it's a little bit on both sides there, but
Half the people...
That's only the first clip. We still got two more to go.
it sounds like you think the end game is that whites should become a minority.
I guess, like, I just don't understand how you think that, like, being white is such an important part of being an American when you're
I
half
don't.
Hungarian.
I'm not even fully fucking white.
Then
I
why
don't.
are you so worried about whites not being a minority in the United States or whatever?
It's a principle. Why is it bad that they remain a majority then?
I've already said why, because you're talking about restricting immigration from a ton of different areas in order to
Why
ensure
not?
some...
Why do we have to take immigration from all these areas?
Because it
Why?
helps grow the size of the economy and it brings talent in from other areas to continue to benefit the entire country.
It benefits the global elites. That's the only people it benefits.
Dude,
it doesn't
you are like,
benefit-
you make like millions of
He
dollars
does
making
make
YouTube videos. You don't
millions.
count as a global elite? Like, what are you talking? Are you like the working man now? The average middle lower class citizen has benefited more from globalization than any other person. Poor people have cell phones with amazing technology in them because they're manufactured in China. Everybody in the United States can afford a car because we get cheap manufacturing from Mexico. Like, what do you mean the global elites are causing immigration? Like, that's your defense?
Let's just say that we admit a Mexican immigrant to the country. But if swaths of illegal immigrants pour across the border, we can't do anything about it under pain of being called racists. When that Mexican immigrant steps into America and sees that nothing's changed because the Mexicans have brought their Mexican culture with them, he says, what the heck?
If they were happy with Mexico, why would they come to the United States?
Because the better handouts?
That just blew me away. Better handouts. Yeah, like we begin handouts in America. That's insane.
A lot of them are on welfare, you understand.
If you were to talk to
Shit,
anybody
most of us are on welfare too.
in manual labor, you would never hear the argument passed around that Mexicans are lazy and on welfare. They do some of the toughest jobs available
agree.
in this country.
Yeah, dude, you're just virtue signaling. Man, I get
How
it.
am
Not
I
all
virtue
Mexicans-
signaling? What are you talking about?
I'm saying that when you bring in a bunch of workers who are willing to work for less, you're going to lower the standards of the entire, the living standards of the entire country. And this
But that's
argument
not how
that
living standards work. If you bring in
Excuse me?
people that are willing to work for less, that means that the supply of the cost that goes into making the product is dropped as well. So you can also sell products for cheaper as well. That's why we get cheap from China and Mexico and whatnot. Well,
yeah, you can sell out your society for a quick buck if that's what you're saying. Yeah, no, but there's
it's not.
such
So
things-
if you want to buy an iPhone for $3,000,
I don't think mass consumerism is the answer to our problems. It's obviously.
so you think lowering the standard of living for everybody is the answer to our problems? We should make everything
No.
more expensive again?
I think that there is something to be said for preserving a culture, giving a nation a continuity.
Yeah, but
legitimate-
we have that. We're American. That's our continuity. That's our culture. It has nothing to do with being majority white.
I don't know. It blows my mind every time I watch this.
If white people go to South Africa, they colonize there, it's the white people encroaching on the Africans' land, and they should give it back. But
We're not talking about colonizing or imperializing people. We're just talking about immigration in the United
well,
States, though.
what do you call a large number of people from one specific place coming in, setting up their own ethnic enclaves, and then
Ethnic
waving their own
enclaves.
flag inside of our nation?
What is
would you
it,
call
setting
that?
up your own ethnic enclaves and waving your own flag? I'm pretty sure we have a lot of Mexicans that come to the United States that are living in the United States that wave American flags and are proud to be American. Like,
Yes, of course there are some. There are also large swaths of them who don't feel that way, who want to break parts of America off back into Mexico. So what would you say to those?
okay, so just to put your argument on paper, you think that there are people that risk and theft leaving
Alright, just put something out there. I plan on trying to leave America and move to Mexico because I think I'd rather live over there.
and fleeing Mexico to come to the United States, whose ultimate goal is to secede part of the United States back to the place that they fled from.
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
You think that there are people that risk and theft to try to get their families from Mexico to the United States so that ultimately they could get back to the United States just to secede part of it to Mexico. They want to break it off and go back to the land
Look,
that they...
man, I'm not going to speculate on why they did what. All I know is what they are doing. And
Whoa, you just speculated, though. You said that they
no, I didn't
wanted to...
speculate.
You said they
I know
wanted to
that
come
they are
here and
doing
break
that.
off... You know... Where is these movements of Mexicans trying to get, what, Texas to go back to Mexico? What?
When you have these illegals coming up and getting so bold to say, try deporting me, Trump, that's a sign of a problem. But also, we don't need to take immigrants from incompatible places. It doesn't make any sense
that's
from...
Incompatible places, so like not white places. That's what I'm thinking.
Beautiful thing about America, dog. There is no incompatible place that people can't come
Oh
from.
my god. And okay, well, I mean, if that's...
I mean, we're the most diverse country on the planet, dude.
That's true.
Like, you can't argue with that. We're also arguably the most successful country on the planet, at least in terms of overall size of the economy, although we definitely have problems. We are definitely the most influential country on the planet. I mean, when we are the most diverse country on the planet. Like, these are inarguable. Why are you laughing? Like, oh, well, are we really? Like, no, it's you're acting like we're like 99% majority whites, and now we've got like a little bit bogging us down. Like, that's absolutely not true. Like,
The country was something like 92% white in 1950. It's changed. Now it's about 60% non-Hispanic white. These are epic demographic changes, unlike what I don't know if it's ever been seen in history. Maybe in some invasion in the 1500s. But look,
So that's all we have on that. But dude, it blows my mind to think this is JohnTron, the guy who makes all those hilarious videos that I love watching, and the guy is so freaking funny. But I can't believe there's people out there who actually think like this. It's kind of insane, and man, just really hurts because I really did enjoy the guy's content, and I thought he is really a funny guy, but I don't know. I just never would assume that JohnTron would be like that. And I know nothing about politics. Like I know nothing about politics, but I do know that that's all. That just sounds horrible. Everything he just said is just like bad. But anyways, that's all I got for you today. It was just so bad. But anyways, I love you guys. Peace.